All right, little man is asleep. Jarhead Jr. He was fighting that for a while. I think, he might be coming down with a little bit of a bug, or maybe it's just, teething. Brings on a whole host of issues. Poor guy. Um, I'm getting a little tired, boys. Not gonna lie to you. Initiative Q. What's going on with Initiative Q? So I have been shilling the crap out of this thing all over social media. Shilling like I've never shilled before, because I really, really like this project. Been digging into the technical specs. I don't really have a full, in-depth technical analysis ready for you guys yet. But all signs are pointing towards go. The short answer is that they do have the framework to accomplish their goal. Whether or not they do is up in the air, because it's a pretty lofty goal that they have. It's going to be a while. Do not expect this thing to be $1 anytime soon, guys. I do think that eventually they can hit $1, but it might be like winter 2019 or 2020 before they hit that goal, because it's a pretty huge goal to have. They need a market cap of 20 trillion, or sorry, $2 trillion to hit their goal of $1 per Q, and that's a pretty hefty goal. But the framework looks like it's there. They want to do all these different things, and so there are all kinds of practical uses for this coin. It's not just a blockchain. It's not just a payment method. It's not just a network. It's all of those things and more. Just the more I'm digging into this, the more I like this project. But with that being said, the results of my shilling has been pretty darn good. I've got quite a few invites, and I'm actually pretty sure that I've hit my invite cap. They might increase that later, I don't know. But for now, it does look like I've hit my limit. And with that being said, I've noticed a lot of you guys posting your referral links on my videos. I get a kick out of that. I think it's great. But I would like to ask you guys to maybe stop doing that on the comments, because I would like to leave those, the comment section open more for questions or comments. But I do have something else in mind. So if you guys have not hit your quota yet, and the initial one is 5. After I hit 5, I was they sent me an email and they gave me another 10. I don't know if that's for everybody or what. I'm assuming I'm really not all that special to these guys. So I think the limit for invites is going to be 15 per person. But if you haven't hit your limit yet, get a hold of me on the Discord or on the Telegram. If you go into we've got the Evolution Telegram, or sorry, we got Evolution Discord. We do have an Evolution Telegram, and we also have a Warpigs Discord and Telegram, and the links for those are in my description box. And you can almost always find me or one of the other teams or team members of WPI in one of those places. We really do try and make ourselves accessible for everybody, because one thing that really bothers the crap out of me is you get this project and you're trying to get a hold of somebody on the development team because you've got a question and they're just not around. So I really do try and make a conscious effort to be there to answer questions for everybody to the best of my ability. But if you have not hit your invite goal, get a hold of me on either Discord or Telegram. I check both. And we'll talk about how I can help you guys out as far as getting invites and stuff. because the best thing that we can do for this platform right now is the developers have a lot of work ahead of them. And honestly, with what they want to do, it really will help them to have a bigger network. You know, it's going to be a lot easier for them to come to one of these web stores and say, hey, look, you know, we have this currency, this whole network of buyers that are waiting for a product to buy with. You know, and they're going to have a lot stronger argument if they can come in and say, hey, you know, our network's got 250 million people in there with money ready to spend. Versus, hey, our network's got, you know, 200,000 people with money ready to spend. You know, it's a much stronger case, and they're much more likely to get a merchant to say, okay, I'll try it out. The more people that they have, the better their argument for these sellers is going to be. So the best thing that we can do if we believe in this project is to invite as many people into this as possible, get more exposure for it. You know, so, man, I'm tired, guys. It's a long day at work. I tell you what, long day. And this heat down in Southern California right now is no joke. Especially if you don't have air conditioning at your job. But anyway, if you haven't done so already, honestly, guys, if you signed up and haven't taken like half an hour, you know, or at least 15 minutes to cruise their website, this little menu button, you know, read these 3 pages. Okay, the About page is kind of cool. I do like to know a little bit about the people that, you know, I'm working with, or, you know, that are in charge of a project that I'm interested in. But at the same time, it's the internet. Anybody can be anybody. So I tend to weigh the About page far lower than some of you guys might. But that's just me. As a rule, I generally don't trust people. I've been burned way too many times. And so maybe I'm just a cynic. But, you know, they've got their whole economic model. You know, everything, you know, they didn't just pull this dollar out of thin air. They purposely chose it due to a whole bunch of different things, you know, and they've got a whole plan on how to get it there. So read all of this, especially because most of us, you know, I'd say about 99% of us probably, or more, we're in it for the money. Like, yes, the technology is fascinating, and you know, I would be lying if I said that I wasn't interested in the technology. I think it's very cool. I love sci-fi, and this reads like some crap straight out of a sci-fi like movie or TV series or something. You know, but then they've got like the whole network. You know, what they want to build with this framework that is going on. You know, I especially like this parental control thing. I think that's going to be really cool. I've got one kid, I got another on the way, so I'm starting to look into this kind of stuff a little bit more than I did in the past. You know, and I do like that it allows you to create an account for your kid. You know, and what I'm picturing is once they're old enough to have an allowance, instead of, you know, having to worry about pulling out $5 a week for them for an allowance or whatever their allowance is. You know, in cash, I can just, there's 5Q, you know, I can have fun, or whatever. So I like that, you know, and of course with parental controls, you can also, especially with something like this, you can authorize what they're allowed to spend their money on. So like, you know, like, okay, you can spend it at a candy store, but, you know, Jim Bob's fireworks stand is a no-go. You know, and so there's a whole lot of stuff that they want to do, guys. Like I said, the more I dig into this, the more I'm liking it, and the more I think it could work. But it's gonna be an uphill climb, guys. You know, they've got frequently asked questions. They'll answer most of your questions that you could have, and it down? No, it might have been the about. Okay. Oh, so their about page is pretty short. But if there's a question that you have that wasn't answered in the FAQs, they've got their email address right there, guys. But don't. These guys have a lot of work to do, so don't bug them with silly questions. You know. I know they say there's no such thing as a dumb question, or the only dumb question is one that's never asked, but that's complete bullshit. There's a lot of really stupid questions. You know, so if you have an actual question, like, you know, are you going to be integrating 2FA? You know, which is a question that I have that I did not see in here. I'm assuming that they are, but I didn't see anything that explicitly states that they will be integrating that, because right now there is no 2FA. I don't even really see an account page for you, but this is just the first website, guys. You know, so that, for example, is a question that I asked them. I sent that little email address an email with that question and a couple other ones. But don't ask them, like, you know, how are you going to get it to $1? You know, or when will it be $1? Don't ask that shit, guys. It's going to take time. And the answers are on the website already. You know, so, but by all means, if you've gone through the website and there's a question that you have that you didn't see in there, feel free to ask them. That's why they put that email address down. So I think I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up here, because I am starting to get pretty tired, and I'm losing the excitement in my voice. Let's see here. Shit, there was one more thing I really wanted to make a little video about, and I can't remember what the hell it was. Oh, the cryptocurrency PTSD awareness telethon. I have no idea what we're going to call this thing yet, but CryptoMedic contacted us, I think last night. Might have been the day before. I don't know. It's so damn hot. My brain is melting. CryptoMedic got a hold of WPI, and he is going to be doing a how do I describe this? Kind of like a telethon. He's going to be doing giveaways and like informational videos, or, you know, informational little segments about cryptocurrency, but also about PTSD. For those of you who don't know, he is a paramedic in the EMS tech. And there have been some things going on in his department concerning like PTSD, because believe it or not, PTSD is not solely restricted to veterans. You know, I know that may come as a shock to a lot of the vets that are watching this, but it's not just our disease, guys. PTSD can affect anybody for really any reason. You know, even if it's something that you and me might think is kind of silly, to this person that's dealing with it, it's no less real and traumatic. You know, that's one thing I learned in my time studying this disease, this post-traumatic stress disorder, is that it's not just veterans, it's not just combat. There's plenty of other stuff, like, you know, someone could have been in a horrific car crash, you know, where they had 3 friends in the car and they're the only ones that are still alive. You know, the other 3 died. You know, that could definitely fuck somebody up emotionally. You know, so anyway, there's been some stuff going on where that, you know, that particular disorder has been popping up a lot in his area. So he wants to do a little bit more information about that particular subject, a little bit of awareness on it, not just, you know, I think you'd be kind of hard-pressed to find anybody these days that hasn't heard PTSD. But there are also a lot of misconceptions about it. Um, so he's trying to raise some awareness on what it actually is. Maybe some, he might be including some, how to kind of cope with it, some possible treatments, but that's kind of really on him. It's his deal, guys. But at the same time, he also wants to bring in fresh blood into the crypto space. So he wants some people, he wants to do some kind of like with the Down by the Campfire, how, all of us YouTubers pop in and just kind of mess around. I think he's going to want to do something similar to that for people that have never gotten into cryptocurrency. Maybe someone that's never heard of it, or people that have only heard of it like in passing on the news, kind of a thing. To like answer questions that they might have. So that should be very interesting. And so if you're not a subscriber to CryptoMedic, I'm not asking you to go subscribe to his channel. We're going to have a date for this. It's going to be at least a few weeks from now. But I would like to ask each and every one of you on that day to check it out. And I'll definitely be posting more updates on it as time goes on. And we are going to be doing some giveaways, both physical things, where if you're the winner of one of those physical things, you'll have to get with Medic, and just give them like your address and a name. It could be a fake name if you want, or some way for him to send this thing to you, as well as some like crypto giveaways. We're going to be doing. We're going to be giving away some master nodes, so giving away some evolution tokens so that you can get your very own master node, as well as maybe a few other things. We're trying to do maybe some mandalas, maybe some hydros, and, maybe some dropples. Who knows? We'll figure something out. And honestly, I kind of hope that the cryptocurrency related ones go to the people that are not involved with cryptocurrency, that have always been a little curious, so they can kind of get a little bit of an idea on, a little bit more of like a hands-on idea of what it is. Because there's a lot of misconceptions about PTSD, there's a lot of misconceptions about cryptocurrency. So look forward to that. I'll have more updates on that as time goes on. So keep your eye on that. And like I said, please, if you're not already a subscriber, I'm not asking you to subscribe to him, although he's a really great guy. He's a big guy with an even bigger heart. I don't think I've ever met anybody that truly cares about other people as much as this guy does. Because I'll be honest with you, some days I'm just, people suck. But this guy's different, man. He really cares about everybody. So what I'm saying is, it wouldn't break my heart if you were to go subscribe to him. But I'm not asking you to do that. What I am asking you to do is, if you have the time on that day, to just pop in and check it out for a little bit. That's all I'm really asking, guys. You might win something, you might learn something, you might waste a little bit of your time, but at the very least, it should be entertaining. So I'm very much looking forward to that. And, like I said, I'll update as time goes by. So that's going to do it for this video. I think it's definitely time for me to go to bed, or at least lay down or something. So have a great night. I look forward to hearing from you guys. Jarhead out.